Hello, I'm John Chamberlain. Welcome to Fundamentals of Light and Laser. Today we're going to look at Laboratory 1-2A. We're going to familiarize ourselves with the optical equipment and components in the Newport kit. And Derek and I are going to explore all of the pieces and parts in this kit. You'll notice that it's got two layers, so we're going to separate out the two layers and look at both halves with you. Okay, so let's look at the bottom half of the box first. Derek, why don't you give us a tour of what's inside this box?
Absolutely. First, most important part, we have our helium neon laser and the power supply that goes with it. Right here we have the 1 3/4 inch laser mount, which this laser goes into. Then we have the rod clamp. This clamp connects to this 7-inch rod. And we have our tools for mounting these things in place on our breadboard, which is on our lab table. And we have our lens kit. This lens kit has multiple lenses, as you can see. We have biconcave, biconvex, plano-concave, plano-convex. And we even have polarizers and our filters. Oh, nice, neat little kit. I'm going to set this over here. Moving on to this first layer that we took out earlier. What we have here is our base plates. These again will be bolted right down to our breadboard. Here we have rotary base plates. These, you see, you can twist and move at a diagonal on the breadboard when you bolt them down. Here we have 3-inch rods that connect to our rod holders. And we even have filter holders that you can put filters or even beam blocks into. We have our lens chucks. These pieces right here can move in and out to hold a lens or a mirror in place. We have mirror mounts here to where our mirror assemblies come in. This has already been put together. And finally, we have our rotating base. Okay. All right, now that we've identified all the components, we're going to put together a lens chuck assembly using our components. So we'll start out with a base plate, and then we're going to need a post holder. So let's put these two together using one of our screws from our kit. I'm going to use a wrench, tighten that down. Doesn't have to be super tight. And now we'll get a post, insert it in the holder. Really simple. We'll attach the lens chuck to it, just kind of thumb tightening it there. And now we're going to put it and mount it on our breadboard here.
While Derek is doing that, let me point out that the labs in the Fundamentals of Lasers and Light course refer to these assemblies by name, and you'll need to refer to your Newport Projects Kit workbook to understand those names. So, for example, they refer to the beam steering assembly, and it will give you instructions in the workbook on how to assemble that. You have a modified beam steering assembly. You'll have the target assembly. You'll have the modified target assembly. You have the lens chuck assembly that Derek is assembling right now. You have the rotational stage assembly. And finally, you have the laser assembly. Each of those are referred to by name. So be sure to familiarize yourself with those assemblies and then you'll know how to complete the labs.